Hello, this is Dr. Garrett Castleberry, Associate Professor and Program Director of Communication, Media, and Ethics, and the Chair of the Adult School of Arts and Sciences at Mid-America Christian University. I'm here with a special message for our instructors starting in this next course cycle. All right, as we know, we're facing challenging times, not just in higher education, but everywhere. It's a unique period in modern human history, and certainly in the United States in particular. There is a lot of uncertainty, anxiety, and to say the least, extreme adjustments to our daily schedules. And with that in mind, it impacts everything we're doing in higher ed. Fortunately, at MACU, we're well equipped to sort of handle and navigate these types of unique situations. And we've been doing a phenomenal job continuing to put our students through a rigorous and challenging experience that also demonstrates a lot of flexibility. And so what I want to do is simply remind us that we have the resources in place, we have the people in place, and we're just continuing to provide excellent experiences and service to our students from course to course in our various curriculum programs. So, what can you do as instructors? I think one of the most essential qualities that we offer our students right now is presence in the classroom. And you might have different requirements depending on your program, depending on the school that you teach with traditionally. But anything we can do to enhance the experience right now is going to pay dividends, right? And it's going to be received even if it takes a little bit of extra planning or perhaps that execution on your end. Certainly, we're at a point where video can play a very important role, and it does. Not every course requires this or needs it, but if there are opportunities to engage with your students through video, I think that can go a long ways to helping solve some of the added tensions that they might be feeling while also navigating personal challenges in their own lives. All right. So, for example, an example of this could be a video announcement at the beginning of each week. Certainly, it adds something on top of those video welcome messages that everyone in the Adult School of Arts and Sciences is encouraged to produce. This could simply be a chance to maybe change up some of the educational patterns in your classrooms if it's something warranted by instructors. For example, in the communication program, we often exchange at least one of our written discussions for a video discussion where a video question is posed and students provide a video response. And it can create a little bit of anxiety at first, but it has shown to be a positive tool for us in the classroom. Another opportunity could be pre-recording mini lectures, right? Finding a way to translate all of that written content into video content. And as we understand, we live in what's referred to as a visual culture, right? People are engaged and into video all the time. Now, we have seen other instructors at MACU, but we understand this is going on everywhere across the country, engaging in video conferences to take the place of those traditional in-class experiences. And they might be utilizing everything from third-party devices like Zoom, maybe a Skype on occasion, although I don't hear that word thrown around quite a bit. Here at MACU, we have the additional tool built in to D2L, the virtual classroom. And so you could at least experiment with that if it's something you want to work out with. And we have some how-to videos to help explain it if you've never used it. You could consider video notes, something we've also talked about in the past, as a way to leave video feedback especially if those hands are getting tired, right? Sometimes it's taxing, right? If your feedback, if your individual private feedback to students is repetitive, video note can be a nice substitute. Ultimately, we're just looking for ways to enhance that student experience. And I think the student experience is an element that we often don't take into consideration the same way we do the student experience in a live on ground, right? In a physical setting. And so by all means, my pedagogical challenge and encouragement to you is to look for ways to lessen student anxiety in this next course cycle as we head into the summer months. Students are still people, and they're wrestling with issues inside of school and outside of school alike. And it can be even more vexing in an online educational situation. So let's find ways to problem solve. Let's find ways to encourage. And I think one of the strongest ways we could encourage, especially at an accelerated pace for those majority of courses that are moving at 5 weeks a class, would be to maybe lessen some of the restrictions on our approaches to deadlines, right? So looking for opportunities to challenge students without necessarily enabling them in a negative way. And that's a fine line, but that's exactly what we're trained to do, right? That's so much of what that calling is as an educator, is being able to decipher when it is opportunistic to offer flexibility in various forms to students versus when we're attempting to help them mature based on guidelines, deadlines, restrictions, and so on. So it's an opportunity to commune, to congregate, to come together more, and hopefully that will take on a more positive experience in your classroom. The students will come to view the online class not as an additional burden in their lives, but as a kind of sanctuary, as a kind of escapism from the real world. That's part of their goal to extend what they're capable of in the real world, right? Because sometimes it's easy to forget the significance of the journey that everyone is undertaking as a student. It's an important journey, and you play an important role in that journey. We're just wanting to be here to help guide and support you however we can, and let's all work toward that positive end in the Adult School of Arts and Sciences at Mid-America Christian University. Thank you for listening.